Hello, everyone, and welcome to Observations from the Fence Post. I am your host, Robert, and today we're going to be doing a comic book review. And as you can see, the comic we're going to be looking at is titled The Bone Orchard Mythos Prelude. Now, you probably notice above that it says Free Comic Book Day. Now, folks in the industry and people who enjoy comics are probably familiar with Free Comic Book Day, but many people are not. Free Comic Book Day is an industry day. It's usually the first Saturday in May, where stores can purchase these comics and give them out for free. So it is free to the customer, but the stores do have to pay to get these in. So for that reason, some stores limit them to a certain amount that you can pick up. So this year in 2022, this was one of the free comic books. Now, this is a horror story, and it is the first in what is going to be a longer series. Now, the series, The Bone Orchard Mythos, was created by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. They have worked together on projects such as Green Arrow, and they have co-created projects such as Gideon Falls and Primordial, and this is their new one. Now, they have a long-term plan for this. This was the first part of the plan, but as you can see, they've got some more stuff coming out. They have The Passageway is coming out, 10,000 Black Feathers, and Tenement. Now, The Passageway is going to be released in a graphic novel format where you can buy it all at once. 10,000 Black Feathers is going to be released in comic book style where you have to buy the comic book series, and later on it will probably be put into some sort of hardback or trade. Right now, this particular comic you would probably have to pay for on the secondary market. This was part of Free Comic Book Day this year for 2022. Occasionally, some shops have extras that they might put out the next year, but for most people, they're either going to have to wait for this to be collected in some sort of format later on, or pay for this on the secondary market. So anyway, let's get into it a little bit. Okay, Jeff Lemire is the primary writer, Andrea Sorrentino is the primary artist, and Dave Stewart is the colorist. As I mentioned before, The Bone Orchard Mythos is a horror story. Now, this one has a few characters in it, and as you can see on the cover here, we have what looks to be like a house on the lake and some sort of face. What you do learn later on at this face we see on the cover is actually a mask. So here's kind of the setup without going into too deep of spoilers. We have a writer who rents this house on a lake so that he can go and try to do some writing where he has some privacy. Now, he takes the family dog, Russ, with him on this weekend adventure. You do find out through a phone call he is married to a woman named Sarah, and they have a son named Nate. So that is something you learn as you read the comic. He gets a phone call from someone else, which comes into play in this comic. And at one period in the story, the dog and the writer are out walking, and they discover what looks to be like a very old abandoned house. And in this house is a mask. Now, later on, a mysterious figure appears. This is where the horror kind of kicks in a little bit. A mysterious figure appears and seems to be wearing the mask. And off we go to the races. So this is a self-contained story. It is unknown if this particular story will carry on. I don't want to really ruin too much as far as spoilers because it is a pretty good story. I enjoyed it. I liked the way it flowed. It's got some really fine art here. Look at this splash page right here. We've got the dialogue on the phone. We've got our writer, and we have Russ the dog, and a beautiful splash page here. So this is an example of the type of art. As you can see, the colors are kind of dark and muted, but that fits the tone of the horror to this. And I like it. I do recommend it. And this was a joy to read. It was a really good pickup on Free Comic Book Day, and I'm really glad I got it. Every time I'm reading stuff by Jeff Lemire, I'm just really enjoying it more and more and more. I like his writing style, and I'm definitely going to have to look into some of the work that he and Andrea Sorrentino have done together. But right now, this is the Bone Orchard Mythos Prelude. It came out this year in 2022. It made its debut on Free Comic Book Day, the first Saturday in May of 2022. And there you go, folks. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you in future endeavors. And I certainly hope that everyone has a good day. And remember, always keep it between the ditches. And you folks have a wonderful day. Peace.